Just because something's strange doesn't mean it can't also be great. At least the Coen brothers hope so.
Say your line exactly as I'm about to, just as I'm about to do.
Sure, okay.
Would that it were so simple.
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 My dear boy, why do you say that? Why do you say twere?
Well, you should say it like I said it.
Yes.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple. Would that it were so simple.
Watch my mouth. Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Keep your head still. Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
I'm trying to say that, Mr. Jerome.
Hail Caesar is the Coen brothers' latest film. They wrote and directed it. It stars Josh Brolin as an executive at a Hollywood studio trying to keep his world from falling apart. George Clooney is in there as well as a famous actor who may or may not have been kidnapped. Can the Coen brothers combine their quirky sensibilities with another great film? Let's find out with 5 things you might want to know about Hail Caesar. Let's start with the acting, since there's a ton of them, actors and actresses in this. Not only do you have Brolin and Clooney, you've got parts from Channing Tatum, Scarlett Johansson, Jonah Hill, Tilda Swinton, many I'm sure I haven't even mentioned, Ray Fiennes I should mention. They're all throughout this thing. And what's incredible about this is these are A-list actors playing kind of cameo roles. And I feel like the Coen brothers have put together a movie with a cast where people are there because they're having a great time, they're filming something that they're enjoying, and they kind of believe in the end product. The reason I think you can bring all these people together is because of that fun, and the reason they're having the fun is because they get to play these quirky Coen brothers characters. This is what these guys do the best. Personality quirks. Each character feels very distinct, very unique. It makes it so that the A-list actors are great, but there's also unknowns who are amazing. And in fact, I think the kid that played Hobie Doyle in this, that Western actor who kind of comes in and tries to do a more dramatic role, I think the actor's name is Alden Ehrenreich, something like that, Ehrenreich. He is phenomenal in this. I loved that character. Like, I want a whole movie series about this guy and his experience in Hollywood. That's what the Coen brothers do. They write these characters that you love and care about. It also adds to the depth of the movie. It allows the themes of the movie about pursuing purpose and who you are to really shine through because you love these characters so much. The other thing the Coen brothers always get right for me is tone. They have set this in early 1950s Hollywood and the movie industry during that time, and it just feels perfect. All the sets, all the designs, it really draws you into that world. The way they write for these characters, the dialogue they give them is both interesting and era-specific and kind of cool in that way. And you also just feel like you're getting a behind-the-scenes look at how movies must have been made in that era. And that is a very compelling thing as you're watching the movie. It's drawing you in and you want to be in this world even more because of their touch with the art of it. If you're getting the sense that I enjoyed this, you're not wrong. I had a great time and I haven't even gotten to my favorite thing yet. This is funny. I love it when the Coen brothers just do a straight up comedy. Not that I mind their darker stuff, Fargo, No Country for Old Men. You look at even The Big Lebowski, they have this dark edge to them. I get that, and I know why they do that, but I'm a sucker for the ones like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, or Hudsucker Proxy, where it's just straight up comedy, and this falls into that vein and gives you kind of the freedom to just sit back and enjoy the ride in a way that I don't know that those others do. So I enjoyed that very much, and it resulted in many laugh out loud moments for me. I had a great time at this. For number 5, after all this praise, I guess I will give a little bit of a caution. If you're not a Coen brothers fan, if you don't get their sensibility, it is a bit of an acquired taste. A couple things might happen. Number 1, you might be bored. They're very deliberate with the way they set up story and the way they set up jokes. They're not mile-a-minute joke tellers like you're used to in some modern comedies. The jokes have space to live and breathe, so that might seem boring or slow to you if you're not used to it. The other thing is, it might seem a little silly to you and over the top. If you don't get what they're doing, it might be roll your eyes ridiculous. Now, as for me, I don't see that at all. I love it. I'm with it from the beginning, and I had a great time. Overall, Hail Caesar is a wonderfully funny film with a lot of great performances, but has the fingerprints of one of the most quirky directing duos working today, the Coen brothers, and that brings it up to at least an A- for me. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. You can stay tuned for the best ever challenge here in a bit. Before we get there, though, if you want to know more about what goes on here, just click the little info cards up in this corner. It'll slide out while the video is playing, and you can see other reviews that have happened, a way to support the channel, the website, yourmoviefriend.com, all that kind of stuff. I'd also encourage you to, if you do the Periscope thing, follow me on Periscope. Aaron Dicer, Aarondicer. Every Monday at 5 o'clock Central, I do a Periscope on kind of the weekend in movies and maybe hit any movies that I've missed here on YouTube and have that discussion with you. Really enjoying that. Also, you can check out the podcast if you do that. Subscribe to SiftPop, SiftPop, in iTunes or Stitcher, wherever you do podcasts. We have a great time every Friday recording that and then popping it in the podcast feed. All right, on to the Best Ever Challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to identify my choice. Let's just do it. What is the best Coen Brothers movie ever? Put yours in the comments. Also take a guess there at mine. I'll give you a clue. My favorite Coen Brothers movie would have to be the one that is, for kids. Is that too subtle a clue? That's all you get. Take a guess in the comments. First person to get it right does get a point, by the way. And as always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit the subscribe button right down in this corner. Really more of a logo than a button, but you just click it and then you never miss it.